What if I told you that 12 simple questions asked by ancient philosophers over 2,000 years ago could completely transform how you see your problems, your relationships, and your entire life? The Stoics weren't just philosophers sitting in marble halls. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire. Epictetus survived slavery. Seneca navigated political intrigue. They faced real problems and developed real solutions. Today, I'm sharing 12 questions they use to navigate life's biggest challenges. These aren't just feel-good quotes. They're practical tools that will rewire how your brain processes stress, setbacks, and success. Grab something to write with, because by the end of this video, you'll have a mental toolkit that's been tested by emperors, slaves, and everyone in between. Let's dive in. 1. What can I control right now? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the foundation of Stoic thinking. Right now, make 2 lists in your head: things you can control and things you can't. Can't control: what others think of you, traffic, the weather, your past mistakes, other people's reactions. Can control: your effort, your attitude, your responses, your preparation, your values. Here's the life-changing part. Every time you feel stressed or angry, ask yourself, am I focusing on what I can control or what I can't? This one question will eliminate 80% of your daily frustration. Try this today. When something bothers you, immediately ask, can I control this? If no, let it go. If yes, take action. 2. How is this obstacle actually helping me? The Stoics believed the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. That job rejection, it's teaching you resilience. That difficult person, they're your patience trainer. That financial setback, it's showing you what truly matters. Every obstacle is a disguised opportunity to practice virtue. The question isn't, why is this happening to me? It's, what is this happening for me? Lost your job? Now you can practice courage by starting that business. Relationship ended. Time to practice self-love and independence. Obstacles aren't punishments. They're your personal gym for character building. 3. What would I do if I couldn't fail? Seneca said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Fear of failure keeps us small, but here's the Stoic secret. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's information. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you attempt? Write that down. Now ask, what's actually stopping me? Usually it's just fear dressed up as being realistic. The Stoics practice negative visualization, imagining loss, not to be pessimistic, but to realize that most of our fears are paper tigers. Start that business, have that conversation, take that risk. The worst-case scenario is rarely as bad as your mind makes it. 4. Am I living according to my values right now? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, remember that very little disturbs us except our own judgment. Your values are your North Star, but most people can't even name their top 3 values. Courage, integrity, compassion, justice, wisdom, discipline. What matters most to you? Here's the test. Look at your calendar and bank account. They show your real priorities, not your stated ones. Name your top 3 values right now, then ask, did my actions today align with these values? If not, tomorrow's a new opportunity. Living by your values isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. 5. What story am I telling myself about this situation? Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You don't experience events. You experience your interpretation of events. Someone cuts you off in traffic. The event is neutral. Your story creates your emotion. Story A. That jerk disrespected me. Result: anger, road rage, ruined day. Story B. They must be having an emergency or a bad day. Result: compassion, peace. Same event, different story, different life. Next time you feel upset, ask, what story am I telling myself? Then try telling a different story. Watch your emotions shift instantly. 6. If this were my last day, would this matter? The Stoics practiced memento mori. Remember death, not to be morbid, but to gain perspective. That argument with your spouse about dishes, that stress about what strangers think of your social media post, that grudge you're holding from 3 years ago. Death puts everything in perspective. It's not morbid, it's liberating. When you remember that your time is limited, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You become selective with your energy, your attention, your emotional investment. What are you spending mental energy on that, honestly, won't matter on your deathbed? Let it go. 7. How can I add value to others today? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings no benefit to the bee." The Stoics understood that we're all connected. Your success isn't just about you, it ripples outward. Instead of asking, "What can I get?" ask, "What can I give?" Instead of, "What's in it for me?" ask, "How can I help?" This mindset shift changes everything. People want to help people who help people. Today, find one way to add value to someone else's life. Send an encouraging text. Share useful information. Give genuine praise. Watch how it comes back to you. Service to others is service to yourself. 8. What would my future self advise me to do? Seneca advised, "Time heals what reason cannot." Your future self has perspective you don't have right now. They've survived whatever you're currently facing. They know what worked and what didn't. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. What would that wiser, more experienced version of you say about your current situation? Usually, they'd tell you to take the risk, have the conversation, stop overthinking, and trust yourself more. Close your eyes, picture your future self. Ask them about your current biggest challenge. Listen to their advice. They're usually right. You already have the answers. You just need the perspective to see them. 9. Am I responding or reacting? Epictetus taught, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Reacting is automatic, driven by emotion, ego, and impulse. Responding is intentional, guided by values, wisdom, and purpose. Someone insults you. React, insult back, escalate the conflict. Respond, stay calm, address the issue, or simply walk away. The space between stimulus and response is where your power lives. When triggered, count to 10, take a breath, ask, how do I want to respond to this? Choose your response instead of letting it choose you. Masters respond, slaves react. 10. What assumptions am I making? Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, confine yourself to the present. We create suffering by assuming we know things we don't actually know. They don't like me. This won't work. I'm not good enough. But assumptions aren't facts. They're stories we tell ourselves. That person didn't text back. You assume they're ignoring you. Reality, they might be busy, forgot, or dealing with something personal. Catch yourself making assumptions today. Ask, do I actually know this, or am I assuming? You'll be amazed how often you're creating problems that don't exist. Question your assumptions before they question your peace. 11. What can I learn from this person I dislike? Seneca wrote, "Every man I meet is my superior in some way, and in that I learn from him." The people who irritate us most are often our greatest teachers. They show us our triggers, our weaknesses, our areas for growth. That arrogant co-worker? They might teach you confidence. That overly emotional friend? They might teach you passion. That perfectionist boss? They might teach you standards. Your enemies are your unpaid personal development coaches. Think of someone who annoys you. Ask, what positive quality do they have that I could develop? Even difficult people have something to teach us. When you stop judging and start learning, every person becomes valuable. 12. How will I grow from this experience? Marcus Aurelius believed the universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. Every experience, good or bad, is raw material for growth. The question isn't whether you'll face challenges. The question is, how will you use them? Success teaches you confidence. Failure teaches you resilience. Love teaches you connection. Loss teaches you gratitude. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Think about your biggest challenge right now. Ask, how is this experience designed to help me grow? What strength is this building? What lesson is this teaching? When you see challenges as curriculum, you transform from victim to student. If this helped you, subscribe for more ancient wisdom for modern life. Share it with someone who needs these questions. And remember, you have more control than you think. The Stoics proved that external circumstances don't determine internal peace. You do.